if ever they're going to be banning that Nunu, because most of the time Nunu is always a counter for Jorben. But now Hardibones has the first pick. They could potentially get it, but okay, they're going for the safe route. They're going to be getting this Camille on the first pick.
It's left open. You have to pick it up. Camille is just
Yeah.
so strong when it comes to locking down champions, and it also is a good counter onto a potential Olaf if Valiant Esports says, you know what, we're gonna pick out Olaf, right? So having
Mm-hmm.
Camille is just a very flexible, adaptable champion that can fight in any composition that you want. And Harry Bonds has that great first pick, but with the trash coming from Valiant Esports, they're going in for that
Ooh.
roam support.
Ooh, I really like seeing the trash from the side right now of how Valiant Esports. They're really confident that they would be able to pull this out. We don't see a lot of trash in the competitive scene, but how is really confident on pulling that out. Gragas probably going to be, yeah, this is still, I'm really not sure yet because Gragas could go anywhere still. So they're not giving much info on the side of Valiant Esports.
Potentially mid lane or potentially the Baron lane if ever Valiant Esports. However, I think it's going to be mid because you already
Yeah.
have Crash into the bot side of the map, and Camille fighting up Gragas is not really the best case. Although, if Gragas wants to go for that counter attack, right? Because if you
Yeah.
go for the Hexic ultimatum from Camille, Gragas, have a finger explosive cast, go away. We don't
Yeah.
want your Hexic ultimatum. We have our
Yeah.
own. But
At least he would be able to at least push him back away, right? That is
mhm.
the thinking. That's why they picked the Gragas.
Yeah. And Twisted Fate, though, locked in by Harry Bonds. So they
Mhm.
want that semi global ultimate very strong as a champion into the mid lane. And if Gragas goes in mid, this is not favorable. So now I'm looking
Mm.
towards Gragas on Baron lane instead.
Yeah, if ever they're gonna be going that, I mean, if it's gonna be relegated to Baron Lane, Galio is still a good pick on the side of how Valiant Esports, but they really want the potential of a damage because so far they really don't have. But the
There
Aurelia,
you go.
oh, really, the confidence from Valiant Esports picking this very, very skillful champions on their side.
They need an ADC, or not an ADC, in fact, an AD champion.
Yeah,
Because if you're
DPS,
looking
right?
at Thresh, Gragas, pure, well, not pure AP, but full of AP champs, so they need something that can provide so much AD damage for their last rotation picks. If Valiant Esports remove this, this is just so much of a difficult situation for them. So, Haribons, if they want to counterattack, ban these AD champions.
Yeah, there's also a Renekton that's still up if ever they want the top lane to be safe. Because if ever Valiant Esports would be able to pick off the Renekton, the early game advantage of Irelia for Cool on the top side, because so far Cool has been picking this Irelia on the top side. If ever they need to ban the Renekton to at least help Irelia get an easier time in the top side.
Definitely. So Zaya being banned away, this is what we're talking about. AD champions, ban it away. We don't want to fight up against AD champions. We have to
Mm-hmm.
remove it. And Olaf by Valiant
Ooh,
Esports
right.
also banned away here.
Yeah, very smart to be banning the Olaf because Chax has been picking this Olaf, and the respect right there has been seen. How Valiant Esports had did their homework. There's a lot of denials again for the side of PLM, but again on this last rotation of bans, we're still looking for an ADC. Akaisa is still up. They still have a potential for damage. A Corki also, if ever, but Shino has been picking a lot of the barriers, and Vayne also. So this is a potential pick still for the side of Valiant Esports.
Yeah. I think Haribunts is covering a wide scale type of ban here. Banning away
Yep.
Zaya, banning away Jarvan 4 means they want to tackle both roles at the same time. But there are a lot more junglers available, right? In
Yeah.
this matchup for Valiant Esports, Wukong is a good wombo combo type of setup. However, this is
Yeah.
a bit ironic because you have Gragas as a disengage and Wukong as a
Right.
compiler cyclone 5v5 type of setup. So this is going to be interesting how they would play this out. However, covering all cases, they have disengaged, they
Oh.
have engaged, would be very big, and Haribon's talking on to Jax.
Yeah, the reaction play from going to Jax would be good because the counter strike would at least stop the menace from happening. They still don't have an ADC, but right now they have three auto attackers already. So this is a very good pick from the side of Haribons. This is a very well-rounded composition with Twisted Fate on top, or at least a bit more CC onto their side, and also the Braum. So this is very nice. I wish Valiant Esports would be able to pull this off, but the Lucian getting picked off, very aggressive in the bot lane, at least would be able to shut down Akaisa in the early game.
Well. It's a Gragas jungle instead.
Right.
It's not a Gragas Baron lane. We have Wukong coming up on top. But never
Hmm.
mind. We have a switch.
Okay. I'm not really sure yet because these three champions from the side of HAU can still go into the jungle. So yeah, I think you're right. Mid lane still for Kelps on the Gragas. So this is gonna be very good, especially against a Twisted Fate. You need an aggressive champion in the mid lane to at least shut down or at least delay Destiny from Twisted Fate. So very good rotation from the side of Valiant Esports.
Yeah, interesting. Because when I'm looking at it, Twisted Fate can just chill back and then Gragas, even if he wants to go for that aggressive playstyle, he cannot reach Twisted Fate.
Yeah,
Except
the gold
if he
card,
has that
right?
flash body slam type of setup, and if Wukong visits mid lane, that is a potential to punish. But remember, Jax is also there for Haribons, a
Yeah.
very great level 3 champion that if you jump in has AoE stun. So I think both teams have
Hmm.
their own pros and cons. It's going to be difficult for both teams anyhow.
Yeah, if ever you're gonna be shutting down someone, I think that would be Twisted Fate. Because at least if ever it's Twisted Fate takes off, I mean, if the laning phase won't happen until 10 minutes, if it's earlier on at tanggaling yung laning phase, Twisted Fate won't have anything to do. The Destiny would be cut down already. So if ever, Haru needs to put the pressure onto Twisted Fate to at least shut him down before he would be a menace to deal with the Destiny on the other lanes.
We'll see if they can do that. HAU versus Haribons. They are ready. They are excited. We are here for this game one for this series of Haribons versus Valiant Esports.
If ever that on the side right now of how they would be able to go for rotations here, it would be really good because so far we have seen also in the Bardagulan rin nakita natin kanina how is a very team fight oriented team. So later on in the objectives, they would know how to deal with the likes of the team like PLM Haribons. But looking at this, Les G goes into the top side. Very good setup for them, pushing back cool.
Yeah. Camille versus Irelia though. This is going to be an interesting solo matchup, individual matchup. Who's gonna win it is still a question. However, when it comes to this early game, I believe it's going to be Zrak or Camille fighting this through. Because you have to remember he has that long range shot with his pick. And Kung needs to come through when it comes to short range to deal damage. So if ever, I think Zrak can just chill and just go for pokes.
Yeah, and also what's hard here is that the hook shot and also the precision protocol from the top side is going to be hard to deal with, especially the passive from Zrak. He has the shielding. That's why when it comes to trades, I think he has the advantage. But again, the setup here in the bot side, they denied. Oh, bot lane though.
Franks, very, very low. But he's still going to be alive. And look at the padding coming in from Jax.
Yeah, they push him back away.
Yeah.
This is really good that they were able to burn the flash. They can go for another aggressive setup than bot lane after that.
A standard full bot side clear coming in from Jax, and here on top side, it's gonna be Zrak and Kuo alongside with Haru, potentially going for a gank here after he gets that wrist cutter. But Chewy is there to get information. Might just have gotten that knowledge that there's a jungle in the mids of Zrak.
Yeah, and it's really just hard to fight against an Irelia early in the game, especially if he has the 4 stacks onto Irelia. Okay, but again, looking at this, Kelvs is trying to fight them out.
And Twisted Fate is their support. If ever something happens, because look at Lucian and also Trash are ready to respond. But here on blue side, on the counterpart, it's going to be Harry and Cool going for the counter jungle invade up against
Chewy.
HAU.
Yeah, Chewy is here. Zrak is also here. Here comes the rotations though. Oh, they
No one's
weren't able
going
to
in for
get
an
it.
all-in. Too risky.
Yeah, they didn't really want to go for it. But again, Haribons, they just traded it out with the Drakes. No kills so far. They're really waiting for the chance for themselves to open the bot lane though.
Let's see about that. How is it going to happen as Destiny comes straight to the backside, goes for the stun onto Trash. As Trash will live with 1 HP. How does he do this? And now it's going to be Lucian going for the ultimate culling. But the other support at 1 HP as well. Both supports are very low, but no kills will be done at the bottom side.
kills.
With explosive cast, the flash will now be there. Goes in, but Killer Instinct gives more sustainability as it lives for 1 HP, but Lucian breaks him down.
Yeah, good rotation from the side of HAU Valiant Esports. Now going for a 3-4-1, a very big wins from both of our sides. They lost a lot of members on that rotation, and now PLM, they need to find a way to answer this back. Look at this. During that last fight, it was very aggressive from their side, but you know, early game, Twisted Fate doesn't really deal a lot of damage. That's why they weren't able to finish that up. And also, a good thing to point, Shino was able to get the Void Seeker during that time. That's why they weren't able to get the execute onto Kome during that fight.
Yeah, and on top of all that, Kaisa doesn't really have any damage as well when it comes to the early game. He
Yep.
needs to have the BF sword, he needs to have that Vampiric Scepter or even Executioner's Calling, and then the long sword to upgrade the AcadArena ring. So,
Yeah.
supporting your statement, they don't really have that much damage when it comes to the early game. So right now,
Yeah.
HAU
Oh!
is leading. With
Yeah,
another
going for
fight
the hook though.
going. Here on the pitch, the stun will connect onto Trash. That will be a secure kill for Harry Bonds. The missing kill that they were finding a while ago. Now Jux comes through with a stun onto both ADC in the jungle, but Cyclone will be there. Going to the backside, one more damage onto Check, and he dives and jumps
What
through
was
over
that?
the wall. He gets the kill. And Falling is there. Another for Valiant Esports as they get 4K from that fight.
That looked really pretty for the side of PLM Haribans. I thought that they were on the winning side, but as you said, they don't have enough damage, nothing to finish off the members that are super low. Even Shino was able to survive through those fights, and that was just so much to deal with for PLM. 4 members down, and now the Drake would be taken very easily by the side of Valiant Esports.
Now Drac versus Cool 1v1. Is Cool gonna flash? He doesn't have any flash. Now
Yeah.
it's going to be Exec. Oh, Tomato, he's locked in under the turret.
Oh, no.
He might just die. And now Cool has to run away, but flash
Boom.
from Drac secures it.
Yeah, the precision protocol was there to be able to get the kill. And again, PLM is having a hard time here. I mean, how Valiant Esports is just having an easier time. They were able to get the Infernal Drake. They can have the time to rotate for the Rift Herald. But again, aggressive Kome coming in.
Yeah, it's a very interesting build. Because traditionally how the support type of item, but he went in for the proto belt. He wanted
Right.
security when it comes to playing the team fight. But Harry Bond, they have to secure that trade when it comes to objectives, but then
Chewy.
connecting onto the ADC, and he will die. Chewy doesn't have any opportunity to go back away with CC Chain flawless, and Valiant Esports takes the kill.
They didn't even have the chance to flash. That was just unfortunate for PLM. Now Jax is super low in HP. They're gonna go in.
Cole goes straight in for the ultimate. He jumps in over the wall. He gets that
What?
kill.
Oh my, Cool. It's just a menace to
good
deal with. But
trade.
again, another kill though.
Good reply from Haribon. That Void Seeker indicating range to jump through, getting the kill for Haribon. But however, Valiant Esports is still on the lead. And now they're another
Oh.
fight here onto the mid lane. Glacial Fisher into the mid side. And Zrak
Man.
just jumps through. And you have the Cyclone coming in from Wukong, but he cannot leave. The Monkey cannot survive. And he just gets slain.
I mean, Infinity, look at Haru. Every time that there's a fight, he's just gonna go to the backline and at least put your damage onto only 25% just because you don't have Franks dealing damage with the Acadian lane, because Haru is there to stop them from doing just that. And I really like the way that Valiant Esports play. They divide the fight. They know that they can't go front to back, so let's just divide the fight. Let Haru go into the backline. Let's just take them down. And if ever PLM would strike back, we'll just take them down one by one. Let Haru be the sacrifice and we'll be okay.
They have to. Because the current build of Haribons is less G, Zrax, Chax will be the defense coming in for Franks and Chewy. They will be their main damage dealer.
Kome.
If that happens, it's going to be devastating. Now, it's Kome going for the flash body stab from Gragas. Massive play, but can they secure the kill? They get 2 out of that, and Wukong
Haru.
is just jumping Haru time and time again on the backside.
Man, Haru is just always jumping onto the backside. With ultimate, without ultimate, he's just gonna be killing your backline. Chalks and Chewy isn't even able to answer back just because it takes a long time for these champions to get strong, and that's what Valiant Esports is banking on. Yes, they're weak right now. Let's just let their items be delayed for a more amount of times, and PLM right now is having a hard time dealing with Haru.
I'm remembering a statement. No ultimate, no problem. Or like something like
Yeah.
that. Like no something, no problem. I forgot where it came from, but I think that is what Harry is doing right now. No ulti,
Yeah.
no problem. We're just going to go, jump into the backside, get the kill for us.
Yeah.
So
Is it-
right now,
Yeah.
I don't know,
Is-
man.
Right, it's really hard to deal with Haru. Look at the build right now. He has the Black Cleaver, he has the Executioner's Calling. He's basically the utility man. Because after he dies, everyone's armor has been shredded already. Everyone is on Grievous Wound. So how Valiant Esports is just giving him every chance to get stronger. And Haribons, as you said, no ultimate, no problem. Valiant Esports would just go with.
Yeah, and especially considering that you have Kaisa as a champion who base his potential onto barriers, onto shields from the Killer Instinct, onto damage, and even HP steal. And having that Executioner's Calling, as you stated, is going to be very important. So having that is just a great asset for Valiant Esports. And looking at top side of the map, this might just be a 2v1 coming in from Gragas and Aurelia, and they just jump through, getting the kill onto Zrak.
Yeah. Even though Hyrule again.
Cyclone, 3-man knock-up. They're going it. They're going for it as Destiny will be a bit too late to jump through, as the body slam will not connect as well from Kelvin.
Yeah, good punish from the side of from the side of Haribons, but it has been traded already onto the top side. They were able to take down 1-for-1 already, and now Mountain Drake is on the eyes of Valiant Esports, but Haru is not up for the smite.
Now Mountain Dragon is now up. No smite for Valiant Esports. They could actually go through to the Mountain Dragon, but I think they rather just farm. Because right now the availability is going to be difficult, so they rather just not, I guess.
They're not going to be fighting this out for sure, because they really don't want to risk it, especially that Haru and even Kelvs is super strong right now with the Rabadon stat cap. At least they're going to go for a negotiation on the Rift Herald.
Yeah, another contract signed successfully.
Yeah.
Valiant Esports getting the Mountain Dragon, Haribons getting the Rift Herald, and now I think Haribons can get turrets, because as of now, they still haven't taken anything when it comes to turret objective.
Yeah, they're getting lost right here, but again, a fight.
Going in, and that's a kill for Cool. Once again, as he jumps over the wall. And now Chewy readies up the golden card. Can he make it through for that stun? He doesn't. And he just needs to go back away, as he cannot fight. Only 2 peels at that. Now Cyclone once again comes through with a knock-up coming in for the ADC. Killer Instinct will be forced away. Can he survive this? Can he live through it? He does! But the trade will happen as a 1-for-1. Now Valiant Esports takes another, but Shino will have nowhere else to go, as he will die. And the Gragas come through into the base, but he does not secure it. Bad move from them, as that was a 4-for-2.
Yeah, super aggressive from Valiant Esports. They lost a lot of members during the process. They were able to get 2 kills though, but at what cost? They lost a lot of members, gave a lot of shutdown goals, and I think this is a chance for Haribons to be able to take down some towers.
And now they're doing it. I mean, Haribons, 4 kills, it's just push. We have the Rift Herald. You can get turrets, you can secure the alleviation when it comes to the gold lead, because right now it's a huge deficit. Now Valiant Esports trying to defend into the mid lane. But with the Rift Herald down, Haribons has to go back.
Yeah, they backed away, and they know that they need to respect the damage. They still need to respect this, because 6k gold lead is still very big for the side of Valiant Esports. And that's basically at least one component of an item every time on most of the members here for HAU Valiant Esports. So PLM Haribons needs to at least farm it out. Franks is slowly getting there. If ever he gets the second item, that is the chance to fight back for Haribons.
That is indeed. Although, can they do it? Is now the question.
Yeah.
Can they make it back? Because right now, Valiant Esports is still steady with a 6k gold lead. And another potential pick-off can happen. But Jax jumping in with the defensive lead onto Lesgy.
Yeah. They were able to take them down, push them back out of the way. And now the tower in the bot lane is ticking. They might be able to take this down. But again, good siege potential from the side of PLM. That's why they were forced to back away.
Now Cool, top side. He's going for that push, while Valiant Esports is ready for this fight. Although this is a 3v4, as Wukong is onto the mid lane.
Yeah, and it's really good that they're just hovering around the bot side. They're putting the pressure here, because you don't have vision in this part of the jungle. We're just going to be pressuring you here, because at least if we catch you off the rotation, we're going to be punishing you for sure. And now, you're looking at it. Zrak might be the target. They're looking, even at the top side, they have control of the jungle here.
So much
sentence though.
So much hate from both teams. But I think that's the play, right? Valiant Esports doesn't want to go hyper aggression as what they did a while ago, because it costed them 4 deaths. And Haribons is also playing defensively, because they're waiting for Valiant Esports to do the same mistake.
Yeah. If ever they make a mistake here on the side of PLM, HAU Valiant Esports has a lot of vision on that side of the map. So on this next one, Baron, they don't have any vision on that part of the map. At least it's good. Haribons should take this chance to go into the top side, get some vision there before Valiant Esports would reset and get their vision out of the way.
Yeah, and for both teams, they don't have any vision for the Baron Nashor. In the Ocean Dragon will come up in 20 seconds. Now, it will go through in the trades. What will happen? Because if Valiant Esports goes for the Baron Nashor, I'm expecting Haribons to go for the Ocean Dragon instead, because it is so much risky for them to go for the
Yeah.
Baron Nashor to try and contest. And if they lose it, this game is over because
Yeah.
both mid lane and bot lane only has inhibitor turret alive.
Yeah, they all have ways to... Okay, this is good. Valiant Esports already has a take on this part of the map. But again, the death sentence really from Kome, right? Is really big that he's always able to hit the death sentences so far. And it has been putting pressure. But again, the Ocean Drake is already being taken by the side of Valiant Esports. And no reaction, no trades from the side of Haribons.
So much clever move from Valiant Esports. This is not what I'm expecting, because I'm expecting a while ago that Valiant Esports will immediately go for the Baron Nashor, but they have the idea that Haribons will not force the Baron. So instead, they went for the Ocean Dragon, get it, and Haribons will not have any idea, and they can't even go for the Baron Nashor, so it's a win-win for us.
Yeah, no trade so far from the side of PLM. And slowly, if ever they're not going to be picking off a fight here, they're just on the losing end. The gold lead is stabilizing for the side of HAU Valiant Esports, and now the Baron is on their eyes. PLM needs to contest this.
They have to. There's no Ocean Dragon for you to trade when it comes to the objective, and you have to fight this through and through. You have to crash into the front side to go for the zone. Glacial Fisher with a fuck with the knockup. And now it's Valiant Esports going through and through with the culling as well, going for the damage as well. But Kome and backside, they're losing all of their members as Drax and Jax is there to be alive, but they are the sole survivors of this team. And Zrak has to go back away, but Cool is determined, is persevering. Good job from them getting that 3K alone. They have the Baron Nashor now for them to secure.
That was the best course of action for the side of PLM. They tried their best to get a hold of the place, but because Franks went in with the killer instinct so aggressive from the side of PLM, and that's why Valiant Esports was able to take them over. Taking down Franks takes off their damage potential, because right now Chax isn't a big damage threat because he doesn't have the Blade of the Ruin King to deal some damage to this almost tanky members from the side of Valiant Esports. Right now, the next contestant would be the Elder Cloud Drake, but so far, Haribon's on a 10k gold deficit.
Yeah. That knockup initially from the Braum, as what I'm saying a while ago for that Baron fight, which immediately went sideways, but that was the most important thing, right? The knockup from the Glacial Fisher was there. However, you also have so much potential from Valiant Esports to punish you. They have the gold lead, they have the advantage,
no,
and now Zrak is pinned down, 2v1, gets a kill for Kelvin.
Yeah, the explosive cask was just there, exploded in the face. Even though he has the passive, it wasn't enough to survive there. But now Haribons, backs against the wall, they're left alone in their bases. They can't even contest any of the fights here. They can't even go for a pickoff. So right now, it's just Valiant Esports. They need a miracle here on the side of Haribons to be able to win this.
Yeah, they're going through and through. They're pushing onto the bot lane. They have to get that in their turret. They show Fisher once again to go for that delay, and Tresh jumps in to go for the ult. And this goes down onto Chaos, and Ghoul will die, but GA will be there. And Lucian has so much damage, has so much poke. That forces out Haribon to go back away onto the fountain. 2 inhibitor turrets fall down.
Yeah, a lot of members fell down already. A lot of their towers are down, and this might be it. This is the last fight.
The Cyclone goes in for the knockup. CC Chain is going to be flawless, and HAU is now still undefeated as they take their 4th win on UAC.
Yeah, they're really good against, how Valiant Esports were able to pull it off again and again. They were on the losing end of the early parts of the match, but PLM just lost because how Valiant Esports really knows how to play around the team fights, especially that Haru is there to put pressure onto the backline. They weren't able to do anything against them. And right now, Valiant Esports are just there on top. There's no way to take them out of the playoffs.
An absolute menace of a team. Their dominance is still unhalted. From Season 2 to Season 3, they are living through and through. And Dash,
Yeah.
paint me a picture here as we were looking at that replay. What were your thoughts on that series?
Yeah, it was just that how Valiant Esports were just at least they were better when it comes to the team fights, when it comes to the bigger objectives. They're always getting the bigger hand on the deal because, for example, they went all in, but still it was Valiant Esports that's getting the better hand. It's just unfortunate for PLM. They tried their best to be able to do that. But again, Valiant Esports, it's understandable because you're fighting against Valiant Esports because it's a very, very strong team. But what do you think, Infinity?
Yeah, I mean, I reverberate your thoughts, right? I mean, the Valiant Esports was just dominating when it comes to objectives, when it comes to the game kills, and Haru, I think, was on top of everyone on that
Yeah.
fight. Consistently going to the backside, the most important champions have been destroyed at
Yeah.
that. So, an exciting series that we have just watched.
Yeah, very, very good from the side of HAU Valiant Esports. But again, that was just another game from Division A, everyone. We have been your casters for today. I'm Dash and I was here with Infinity. We'll just be taking a short break and see you guys in just a bit.
Manong Fishball ang tawag sa kanya. Everyday siya kung dumating. Kaya parang institusyon na siya dito sa area namin. Minsan, sobrang late na. Andun pa rin si Manong Fishball.
Ginagabi kayo, Manong!
Enrollment eh.
After some time, yung kariton ni Manong Fishball nadagdagan ng may bike.
Hanggang kabilang kalye, nagtitinda na rin kayo, Manong?
Ang notebook.
Sunod na taon, pati menu nadagdagan.
Nax, may squid balls na!
Mahal kasi ang lapis. May kikyaw pa dyan.
Bilib na bilib ako kay Manong Fishball. Akalain mong yung maliit niyang kariton, napalaki niya ng ganun? Ang nagagawa nga naman ng pangarap ng isang magulang.
Manong, anong grade na ba yung anak nyo?
Tagal nang tapos sa mga bata. Ako naman ngayon.
Manong Fishball ang tawag sa kanya. Pero sa mga araw na yun, many years ago, higit pa sa fishballs ang binigay niya sa akin. He taught me na walang di natutupad na pangarap sa taong handang magsumikap.
Dami niya na.
Panghapunan!
Pantoga.
Atin ang pangarap. Atin ang pagsisikap. Atin ang mundo. Globe.
All right, and we're back. Ladies and gentlemen, it's me,